94 Veilside Supra from Japan. Gonna be giving it a couple updates. I've actually been working on this car for 3 years, but he's finally back to do the upgrades I've been wanting to do for a while, so pretty excited. We're restoring this thing, bringing it back to life. You know how we do here at BBP. Look at this! Look at that house that it was at. The neighborhood was baller. No, I'm gonna send these to you. That way you could, that way you could use them.
Be the fifth?
He thinks it's ugly.
Yeah, be the fifth.
You don't like the Veilside Supra?
Listen, we're in America, I pick the fifth. What can happen is now, Mario needs to get off his lazy ass and clean the engine bay, and then send it to Lando to get a wire loom done, and we can tune it back.
Oh, it does. Well, it does need some electrical work. Because first things first, before we even start on the car, we like to give it a thorough wash, make sure it's nice and clean before we put it in there. Put it under a car cover. Plus, it gives us a chance to look at any damage, dents, scratches. It's just a lot easier to see that kind of stuff when the car is clean. What's up, guys? So today is teardown day for this Mark IV Supra. We're gonna be taking out the engine from the bottom so that way we can make sure that this beautiful body is gonna stay in good shape. And then we're gonna blow it all apart so we can paint the engine bay. After that, we're gonna end up modifying the engine, transmission, clutch, fuel system, the whole nine. You're gonna see it here right in front of your eyes. Stay tuned. Doing the last thing right now so that way we can bring the engine completely down. Oh, and doing the last 4 bolts on the subframe. You can probably see it dropping right now. Saw that? One more bump. All right, that's free. Bump it. Bump. Go. All right, so engine's out. Next is taking apart that engine, stripping it so that way we can refresh it and then start upgrading the intake and exhaust side. We're gonna refresh the engine bay as well because it's looking pretty rough in there. Gonna do some rust treatment. You know, it is a Japanese Supra, so it's not very often you get to see it drop like this, but it's a lot easier. I'm telling you, I'm done for today. I'm gonna take it apart tomorrow. Day 2 of the teardown on this Mark IV Supra. Today's goal is to pretty much use this as an engine stand. We're gonna take the turbo manifold, intake manifold wiring, all that good stuff off. By the end of the day, we're gonna have the engine and transmission off and separated on an engine stand. And we're gonna put the cradle back up in the car. That way we can send it off to paint. So you can see there was definitely signs of a rat that was here chewing away at the wiring harness while the car sat for a little bit. Chewed away at part of the ignition coil harness. So if I'm honest, not really the biggest deal, but we were gonna end up swapping the entire harness to a brand new one anyways. Gotta update the car to 2026 though. First part out, not too difficult. It's a lot easier when it's outside of the car entirely. Doing it in the car is a different story. Same reason why we're doing the twin turbos outside of the car. I've already gotten an invoice from Real Street. Like, we need a lot of shit. Like, we need a fuel system, need a radiator, press and fitting. We're trying to get everything to Real Street all in one shot. Thermostat. I already talked to him about the turbo size, but I need to fill him in on everything else that we need. So you can see the further we dig into the car, we kind of just keep finding more mouse stuff. Got a little bit of poop over here. A whole infestation of like nuts. I mean, it's full in there. So a mouse had a very expensive home. Oh my God. Yo, look how much poop is in there. Oh my God, bro. No, don't put his ass in the edit, bro. He's trying to see on the light. He's gonna be like, a couple years ago, he's like, yeah, I built that car from scratch.
Hey, listen, I removed the intake manifold gasket.
Now you got Chuchi playing his music. Oh God, it stinks.
As you see, as we're working.
Do you not smell that?
No.
You don't smell that? It smells horrible in there. turbo 6-speed harness. Completely gonna ditch that. We have Lando from Island Boy Wiring that makes us fresh harnesses. Pretty much only build cars just like that. Fresh harness always. So it looks pretty good in here. I like the color. It's not a dark brown. The cams have a nice color to it. I mean, the engine is pretty low mileage, so I am anticipating it to be pretty good. I'll probably end up giving it a compression check before I really blow it apart, so. At this point, I'm just soaking everything up. It'll never run. Always with a pry bar and a hammer, I swear to God. That denied the ground. You gotta get all the ones on the bottom.
I promise you the video's not sped up. It's just him.
As much as I love Toyota, the engineers that designed these twin turbos are fucked up. Anybody that's done twin turbos knows that this is a nightmare to do. If you get anything that's already single turbo, you got lucky. If you still got twin turbos on your car, you're gonna spend some money getting those out. Either that or a lot of time and curse words, I promise you. All right, so we finally got the twin turbos off. That was a real pain in the ass. Intake manifold wiring, all that is removed. So next step is giving the engine a quick compression check before we move to make sure that the health of the engine is good, so that way we can make some power and not really have to worry about what those compression numbers were. So after that, we're gonna start refreshing the engine bay, strip the whole entire front end apart, because it's all gotta come off in order for us to really get everything painted properly. So we still got a lot of work ahead of us, not even at the 10% mark. So keep watching.
Just shot it up crazy, but I think it was the gauge on the other one broken.
Or I'm gonna need like a pick. Right now I'm removing the serpentine belts, just like that, so that way when I give the engine a compression check, it doesn't go spinning all the accessories and make a big mess everywhere. Man, this belt was cooked. Dry rotted.
Yeah, I think it was gonna. I think it'll go a little more. All right, we have cylinder 130. That's a little low.
I'm not gonna lie, that one was a little scary.
That's low. I'll tell you when to stop. Yeah, this is done, bro. It's not even 115.
Well, after a quick compression test, we actually found out that this motor is tired. It is done, and we're not really gonna use it. So, in fact, we're gonna end up putting a billet main motor in there, 9.5 1 to compression, 74 cam, something to make a nice amount of power without having to wait a long time to rebuild that engine. So we're gonna throw that in the scrap pile. If you want to buy it, come get it out of the scrap pile before we, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, or you probably think that SR20s are cool, and nobody think that's cool.